Is the new destroyer with a 22-meter beam truly the legendary Type 055B? Or does this reveal a larger strategic plan for the Chinese Navy's expansion into the open seas? Over the past 2 days, military enthusiasts and major defense forums have been stirred by a set of seemingly credible data. The hull width of a new destroyer model has reached 22 meters. While this figure may seem ordinary at first glance, it carries an unusual significance when examined within the developmental sequence of China's naval destroyers. As is widely known, China's current 10,000-ton class Type 055 destroyer has a beam of approximately 20 meters and a full load displacement of about 13,000 tons. A 22-meter beam implies the new vessel is 2 meters wider than the Type 055. Based on conventional naval design principles, its full load displacement would likely fall between 14,000 and 15,000 tons, making it difficult to exceed the 15,000-ton threshold. This incremental increase, neither substantial nor negligible, inevitably raises questions. If this is indeed the highly anticipated Type 055B destroyer, what critical capabilities has it achieved that justify a generational leap over the current Type 055? After all, a displacement increase from 13,000 to 15,000 tons typically corresponds to significant enhancements in onboard weaponry, electronic systems, propulsion power, or aviation support capabilities. Without such advancements, the vessel risks falling into the awkward position of overlapping functionalities with its predecessor. To understand this question, let's first revisit a design characteristic of China's main battle vessels, a relatively high length-to-width ratio. Whether it's the 7,000-ton Type 052D destroyer or the 10,000-ton Type 055, compared to Western, Japanese, or Korean vessels of similar displacement, our hulls tend to be more slender. While this design may offer advantages in terms of reduced drag and high-speed performance, it may also limit the internal layout flexibility and navigational stability to some extent. For instance, the U.S. Arleigh-Burke-class destroyer measures approximately 20.4 meters in width, while Japan's Atago class, with a full load displacement nearing 10,000 tons, reaches 21 meters. In contrast, our Type 055, despite its 13,000-ton displacement, has a beam of about 20 meters. This comparison highlights the distinctly slender profile of our vessels. Therefore, when a new destroyer emerges with a 22-meter beam, it first breaks our own design inertia, indicating that designers may be pursuing superior stability, greater internal volume, or reserving more space for future upgrades. So, who exactly is this new 22-meter wide ship? Currently, online opinions are mainly divided into two camps. One camp believes this is a deeply upgraded variant of the 055, namely the rumored 055B. Building upon the Type 055's exceptional integrated combat capabilities, it may further enhance situational awareness through advanced integrated RF systems, or optimized dual-band radar variants. In terms of armament, it could feature longer-range sea-based anti-ballistic missiles, or hypersonic anti-ship missiles, alongside a higher-power integrated electrical system, paving the way for future high-energy weapons like lasers or electromagnetic railguns. A platform of approximately 15,000 tons could comfortably accommodate these upgrades while maintaining favorable construction and operational cost-effectiveness. However, another school of thought adopts a more cautious and historical perspective. They argue that this 22-meter wide design may not represent an entirely new 055B variant, but rather one of the rejected proposals from the original 055 destroyer's feasibility and design phases. It is a standard engineering process for the Chinese Navy to evaluate multiple design proposals before finalizing the 055 configuration. This 22-meter wide variant likely competed against the current 20-meter wide 055 design, with the latter ultimately selected based on comprehensive evaluations. Its parameters surfacing now may be misinterpreted as belonging to an entirely new class. Personally, the latter interpretation holds merit. If the Navy's objective is to develop a next-generation destroyer that comprehensively surpasses the 055 and embodies a more forward-looking design philosophy, then the incremental leap from 13,000 to 15,000 tons might not convey a sufficiently significant advancement. Looking abroad, the U.S. is planning its DDG-X next-generation destroyer with a displacement significantly exceeding the current Arleigh-Burke class. Japan's newly launched Asev-class destroyer boasts a beam of 25 meters and an estimated full load displacement of 16,000–17,000 tons. A vessel intended to lead for decades should embody more pronounced platform breakthroughs. This raises a more compelling question that ignites military enthusiasts' imagination. What exactly is that colossal warship with a 26-meter beam? According to satellite imagery analysis by several foreign open-source intelligence agencies, a large-scale concrete superstructure model of a naval vessel has appeared at a ship design and testing facility in a certain location within China. Such full-scale or large-scale models, used for layout planning, electromagnetic compatibility testing, and ergonomic evaluations, represent a typical preliminary step in the Chinese Navy's development of new large-scale vessels. The Type 055 destroyer also underwent this phase in its development. Critical measurement data reveals the model's bridge section spans an astonishing 26 meters in width. To put this into perspective, Japan's large destroyer, the Isev, measures 25 meters wide, while the Soviet Navy's steel behemoth, the Kirov-class nuclear-powered cruiser, with a full load displacement exceeding 26,000 tons, had a beam of 28.5 meters. Considering that Chinese naval design likely maintains certain length-to-width ratio characteristics, a warship with a 26-meter beam would likely possess considerable length. It is highly probable that its full load displacement will exceed the 20,000-ton threshold and could potentially be even greater. This 20,000-ton behemoth represents the truly epic-making platform capable of carrying China's naval aspirations for distant seas and complex tactical demands. It may well be the materialized embodiment of the long-discussed yet shrouded in mystery Type 058 destroyer or similar concept within military enthusiast circles. The emergence of such a colossus is not unfounded speculation, but rests on solid technological foundations. First, the core issue has been resolved. China's independently developed new generation of high-power gas turbines, such as the CGT-30 and CGT-40 series, have either been publicly unveiled or completed technical preparations. These engines can provide ample and efficient power, injecting a robust heart into the high-speed propulsion of vessels, exceeding 10,000 tons and even reaching 20,000 tons. Whether employing combined cycle propulsion or integrated electric propulsion, reliable domestic options are now available. Secondly, the evolution of vertical launch systems. In recent years, academic journals in China have featured research papers discussing ultra-large universal vertical launch systems with diameters reaching 1.2 meters. These VLS cells, far exceeding existing 850 mm or smaller calibers, imply compatibility with larger, longer range, and more capable missile types. This includes, but is not limited to, long-range air defense missiles, sea-based anti-ballistic missile interceptors, land attack cruise missiles, and potential future large hypersonic weapons. Deploying dozens or even hundreds of such massive cells on a 20,000-ton platform would elevate a single vessel's firepower projection and mission versatility to a level that fundamentally surpasses current destroyers. Integrating elements like a 26-meter beam, 20,000-ton displacement, next-generation propulsion systems, and super-large VLS units reveals the prototype of an all-purpose warship. This vessel may transcend the traditional destroyer role, embodying formidable command capabilities and serving as a cutting-edge weapons platform. It can serve as the core air defense and anti-missile shield within carrier strike groups while independently leading task forces in high-intensity maritime control operations. Its vast internal volume allows deployment of potent anti-submarine warfare equipment and unmanned aerial, surface vehicle systems, while its abundant electrical capacity powers directed energy weapons. Its emergence will provide the Chinese Navy with a decisive first-tier operational node to confront increasingly complex distant sea security challenges. Returning to the original question, the 22-meter wide variant may merely represent a derivative chapter or historical footnote within the 055's illustrious lineage. The 26-meter wide, 20,000-ton behemoth, however, appears far more likely to be the next-generation flagship the Chinese Navy is earnestly developing for the deep blue and the future. The former represents refinement and incremental enhancement of existing systems, while the latter may signal a revolution in operational concepts and fleet architecture. Of course, all analyses based on fragmentary information remain speculative. The definitive answer awaits official confirmation.